welcome to Macmoto. Today I'm going to be taking the KLX300 out on its first ride after putting some new modifications on it, the first set of mods. I haven't really done anything to it for the first month of having it. Wanted to give some time to get to know it and be able to kind of make a comparison and see what difference it made adding these modifications before just going in there and doing them. So far I've put on those Amazon Footpegs. Those didn't really work out. I didn't like the way at all that they were sitting. So I got the IMS Super Stock Footpeg, and those still have a little tip forward and they tip downward, but it's a lot closer than those Amazon ones were. And I think right now they're usable doing any changes to them, but do need to maybe do the trick that I saw Casey Outdoors, I believe it is, of putting some kind of wedge material in there. I believe he used a chain link on one of his videos and welded it in place. I'll probably just use some JB weld or something to do a similar thing. So that'll be down the line, but that's going to be a huge change. I can already tell, because I really did not like those stock Footpegs. Those were just about criminal that some of these OEM manufacturers thinks it's okay to just give you these absolutely horrific Footpegs. And I can't understand how you can be worth it not just to put something good on there. And the next biggest change as far as the feel and comfort of the bike is I went to a Tusk 1 1/8" I think it's a big bar band. I'll put it up there in the description. But I went with their kit that includes the 1 1/8" big bars and then a adapter clamps. Those clamps also raise the bars a little bit, you see down there, and I can already feel a nice difference there. The bars are a little higher, and I think the bend actually looks not that dissimilar from the stock bars, but they sure look a lot better to me and feel more straight to me. I really didn't like the look of those stock bars. They kind of, I don't know, they had a general droopy appearance, and very appealing. Not to mention they just felt like they were pulled back and tucked down. So I feel like I feel a big difference as far as the hand position here and ergonomics of this bar setup. And definitely helps a little bit when you get up, stand up. Protection-wise, got the Acerbis hand guards on here. I think they're a little different than the ones I have in my KTM 390, but I generally like the Acerbis on the 390 just because I've gone down quite a bit with them, and besides some scratches on the plastic, they've taken no damage, and they seem to do a really good job of deflecting the crashes, so that your bars don't take the damage. So you can pretty much just get up and keep going. And obviously on a bike like this, being able to go down and not lose your levers or mess up your bars is pretty valuable. So that was definitely something big I wanted to do. So I will note, and I seen people pointed out that I guess the Bark Busters and maybe some other brands are better at letting you just put on the hand guards without having to modify or change your levers. As you can see, I had to saw off the very tips of both my brake and my clutch lever in order for them to fit inside of these, which I don't really mind. It's easy enough to do, and I don't know if that being a little more tucked in on these handguards help the geometry so that when it does go down, it's a little more of a glancing blow. But I might just be making that up. But these were also a pretty good price. I mean, for about 75 bucks, if I remember right. And I'll have that link down in the description there for all these items. But I believe it's about $5 more for these than the Tusk bars, Tusk handguards that I was gonna go with. Originally, I had been eyeballing the ones with the Tusk setup that has the blinkers built into them, thinking that that'd be nice to kind of clean up the bike and looks. But then I decided that I just would save the hassle of doing the wiring and save the money of getting those. And then the regular Tusk handguards were about $5 cheaper, and I just really like the looks, and maybe feel that the Cherbis is maybe just a little notch up as far as quality might go. Though I would not hesitate. I don't see any problem with Tusk as a brand. And that leads to the next thing, which is the skid plate, which is the Tusk skid plate for this bike. So but having that extra protection there, it just is always nice to have. So I went ahead and upgraded that, put the Tusk skid plate on. Then, oh yeah, along with the handlebars, or maybe I'll go back and just say that the skid plate itself was super easy to put on. That took just a few minutes to unbolt the tiny little chunk of aluminum that Kawasaki puts down between the flame under the engine case, and to bolt this up, which is literally 4 bolts using 2 existing mount points and then a couple of clamps. So very easy to put that on. But then back to the bars. Got some Pro Taper pellet top grips that I put on it. And after going through the process of doing it, I kind of wish I just would have sprung for the clamp-on grips. I thought I could just kind of be cheap and it wasn't going to be too much hassle, but the factory Kawasaki throttle grip was so glued on to the throttle tube that I literally was at the process of shaving it and grinding it down to be able to reuse the throttle tube. I don't know what they had going on there. It was almost like it was cast onto it in part of it. But instead of horsing around with that, I just went out and got a new throttle tube for about 10-12 bucks from ProMotion. Throttle tube and put the grips on that. But basically for about the same amount of money, I could have just bought the clamp-on grips, which replace the throttle tube when you put those on, and so saved myself a whole lot of hassle and spent about the same money into it. So there's a little sad lesson. Cost much more than my aggravation. But, yeah, most of this stuff went on fairly easy. The handlebars, I always find the handlebars, just everything on the handlebars turns into a mess. Getting the handguards to fit just right. This brake hose coming out of the reservoir, just it was always wanting to interfere with the mount there for the handguard, and either way I tried to flip that mount, it didn't really clear very well. And then the way Kawasaki had it set up, they left basically very little slack in that hose when it was factory, and then once you put on that slightly higher bar, it was fairly taut and didn't allow for any amount of play when mounting it. So I actually ended up undoing the retaining ring right there that comes on the top left fork triple clamp that holds it out forward a little bit, and I just unbolted that so that the hose could come up in towards the steering stem a bit and cut down the radius it had to go through. And then I just went with this one double take mirror here on the right. Not sure if I'll do another one, you know, I don't know, being a little cheap and hoping to just get away with one mirror. It's about 55, 60 bucks for this single mirror. So we'll see if I feel that I want to get another one. I know I keep looking over to my left when I'm on the road and trying to check my blind spots. Then I also got some Tusk D-Sport Adventure tires, I believe it is. I'll put them in the link there too. I haven't mounted those up yet. I just haven't quite felt like getting into that job at the moment. And I also wanted to make sure to go out and ride on these stock tires one more time, just so I can really have a good feel back to back what difference the D-Sport tires make, and see if that's a huge improvement as far as the feel goes on this. Yeah, so that's one of those things besides the foot pegs, that tires are the one big ones I'm looking forward to right now, to see how big of a change that makes in the handling of this bike. Yeah, I just wanted to go over some of the changes I made on the bike, and I'll update you down the line on how it feels with these. So far, I can definitely feel the foot pegs. They don't feel like the tiny little bit of rebar where your boots are about to always slip off them. A lot more planted, but you can feel that little bit of tip downwards and forward. Oh, already made it. And then it almost feels like I would like my shifter to be a little bit spaced further forward. I'll have to see what I can do about that. Because again, with these a little bit more rigid Garnet boots, it's a little hard to not miss shifts sometimes. Some awful sounds. But yes, I'm definitely so far feeling an immediate improvement with the handlebar setup and the foot pegs. And I think once those foot pegs are leveled out, that'll be a huge change to this bike. And those foot pegs came in at about I believe 95 bucks. So I'll obviously list those as well. Not too bad of a price, but unfortunately I couldn't really find it's amazing how bad the aftermarket is for this bike. It's not only a bike that is coming from a major brand, it seems to be a fairly big selling bike, I would assume, as far as its category goes. It's been out for a few years now, and as far as you can tell, nobody is making a purpose-built foot peg for this bike that is exactly mated for it. Maybe there's somebody out there that's doing it for a lot of money, but the stuff that I've seen so far, I haven't seen anybody listing out of the box. It's really great. I think I saw that like the pivot pegs might be a good fit, but I really wasn't sure how I'd feel about the pivot action on that. And then I believe they're somewhere in the $200 plus mark. So between not being sure about that pivot action and then the price, I figured knowing that IMS has got a chance to be changed into a good peg, I figured I'd go give them a try. So thanks for tuning in. I'll keep you posted on how it all works out with these. We'll go do a few more rides, and I think right now I'm going to go find another trail to hit because that was a little too short.
Just went all the way around Whiskey Town Reservoir. So, all right, thanks for watching. I'll keep you posted and take care.